Hi everybody, I'm Jess Harpole, and on behalf of Mississippi University for Women, I would like to welcome you as we celebrate this milestone for our beloved president, Nora Miller. We are here to express our deepest gratitude to you as you embark on this much-deserved retirement. Today we wish you well. We want to thank you for your advocacy, your wisdom, and your steadfast belief in the mission of our institution. True leadership is not a job, it's not a quest for status, it is a calling to serve with a willingness to carry the weight of the community. Please don't cry. I can't look at her. It's a willingness to carry the weight of the community while also having the courage to see a future that doesn't exist yet. For President Miller, the W has been that calling. She shows care and dedication to all the people of the university. She has created opportunity for success. She has weathered storms, and she has set us up so we can take our next steps boldly. In all of her roles, she has focused on what's best for our students, and she has shown the grace and the grit that we have all come to rely on. We are so blessed to have her in this role. I am consistently in awe of what she does and how she does it. And like many of you, I have never known this institution without her. She has been a constant guiding presence from my first day as a student to this very moment. It has been the greatest honor of my career to serve under her and to learn from her. And while I'm honored to open this up for everybody at this celebration, I'm certainly not the only one that wants to give their thanks. So throughout this program, you're going to hear from several others that represent thousands of others to show just how much your leadership has impacted our students, our community, our state, and our nation. So please join me in a round of applause for President Nora Miller as we begin this tribute to her incredible career. To share a few words about how President Miller's leadership has impacted our students, I'm going to call forward our outgoing SGA President, Ethan Wilkins.
Thank you, Ms. Jess. Good afternoon. It is truly an honor to stand here today as the outgoing Student Government Association President, representing the voices of our student body to celebrate a leader who has left a lasting mark on Mississippi University for Women, President Nora Miller. When we talk about leadership, we often think about big decisions, bold visions, and lasting accomplishments. And President Miller certainly embodies all of those. But what has always stood out to me and to so many other students is something that can sometimes be overlooked: her transparency. President Miller did not lead from a distance. She showed up, she listened, she made herself accessible in ways that made students feel seen, heard, and valued. Whether through open forums, campus conversations, or simply taking the time to engage with students, she created a culture where our voices mattered. As SGA president, I had the unique privilege of seeing that transparency in action. There were moments when decisions were not easy, when challenges required difficult conversations, but President Miller never shied away from honesty. She trusted students enough to bring us into those conversations, and that trust made all the difference. It strengthened the relationship between students and administration and built a foundation of mutual respect that will continue long after today. But her commitment to students did not stop in meeting rooms or formal settings. It extended into the heart of our campus community. One of the most meaningful ways we saw this was through her involvement in service initiatives such as Project Hoot, our campus-wide day of service. President Miller did not just support these efforts from afar, she participated alongside us. She showed up, worked with students, and demonstrated that what it truly means to lead by example. In those moments, she was not just the president of the university. She was part of the community. She fully invested in the people and the purpose behind the work. Her contributions to the W go far beyond policy or initiatives. They are reflected in the environment she cultivated, an environment where students feel empowered to speak up, where leadership is approachable, where progress is rooted in collaboration. Because of President Miller, students at the W did not just feel like attendees of an institution. We felt like stakeholders in our future. And that is a legacy that cannot be measured simply in years of service, but in a lasting impact on the many people that she led. President Miller, on behalf of the Student Government Association and the entire student body, thank you. Thank you for your openness, your integrity, and your unwavering commitment to this university. Thank you for believing in the student voices and proving it through your actions every day. And as you step into this next chapter, please know that your influence will continue to be felt across this campus for many years. The W is stronger because of your leadership, and we are better because of the example you have set. We wish you nothing but success, joy, and fulfillment in the years ahead. And once again, thank you for everything you have done for Mississippi University for Women.
Good afternoon. I must say you have something very special nestled here in downtown Columbus in Mississippi University for Women. So I'm honored to be here on this beautiful campus to participate in this event to honor and to thank President Nora Miller for your steadfast years of distinguished service to MUW, this community, our university system, and our state of Mississippi. Although I was told I could talk for as long as I wanted to, my remarks will be short, sincere, and then I will be seated. Now, over my career at IHL, I have seen a lot of presidents come and go. But the ones like Nora, they have two traits that uniquely stand out. First, students are at the forefront of all of their decisions. And secondly, they absolutely love the university that they serve. That is what President Miller embodies and what has been the common thread throughout her presidency, putting students first and a genuine love for the W. Now, friends, MUW is the second smallest institution with the second smallest operating budget of all the IHL institutions. Yet, MUW has the least amount of debt of any IHL university. For every 100 full-time equivalent students enrolled, 37 graduate each year, which is the highest among all the IHL universities. Simply put, the W is the most efficient university we have in our system at graduating students. And lastly, at over $63,000 annually, MUW graduates earn the highest salaries 4 years after graduation compared to all other IHL universities. So I'll say it again, MUW is something special. Students, staff, faculty, alumni in this community, you should be proud of the W. The outcomes I previously mentioned, they do not happen by chance or by accident. They happen through sustained, strong leadership. Leadership, my friends. So, President Miller, on behalf of the Board of Trustees of the State Institutions of Higher Learning, I want to thank you for your leadership. Your work and the work of the team here at the W speaks for itself. You have labored, and I wish you well in your retirement. Now, it is a pleasure for me to introduce our next speaker, the Honorable Tripp Harrison, President of the Lowndes County Board of Supervisors. Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor. I don't know how you follow that, but you got a lot of applause around the room. My days of knowing Madam President go way back 30 years when I was a lowly budget analyst at the Legislative Budget Office. And those many years ago, I remember your name, Nora, very well. And we knew that any numbers that came from you were very well vetted. So from one numbers person to another, you've made it. Now you just get to count sheep. So I'm very appreciative to the President for her leadership and personally her friendship. Some common adversity that we recently went through creates lasting bonds, and that bond will always be very fondly remembered, even though the time wasn't so fond. Also, I admire your ability to speak so freely. We had a and still do have a really good relationship when it comes to that, and so I want to thank you for that personal. As part of this past week, we were given the ability to give some resolutions from the County Board of Supervisors. And so I thought, well, of course, Nora, with her pending a retirement, I think it was time to do that resolution. And I had the pleasure of sitting down and writing that resolution, and I did. And we thought we'd get you to the Board of Supervisors to present it. And I thought, no, let's don't do that. I'm not going to drag you up there to do that. I'm just going to present it here. And I also know that you have more important presentations coming your way, but I do want to take this time, instead of y'all listen to me drone on, you can listen to me drone on reading your resolution. So whereas the Lowndes County Board of Supervisors and its workforce annually participate and celebrate the National Association of Sponsor Recognition County Government Month in April, their theme was Counties Matter. And so we wanted to recognize you during that time. Whereas Nora Miller has served with distinction as the 15th president of Mississippi University of Women since 2018, providing visionary leadership and steadfast commitment to higher education in the state of Mississippi, and where President Miller will retire effective June 30th, that's why we're all here. Y'all all know that. Concluding the distinguished career spanning more than 30 years in higher education and public service. And under her leadership, Mississippi University for Women experienced measurable growth, including increased enrollment, strengthened academic programs, and statewide recognition for excellence, resulting in one of the highest nursing licensure pass rates in Mississippi. And President Miller played a critical role in preserving the independence and future of the university, advocating for its mission and ensuring its continued presence as a vital institution of higher learning in Columbus and the surrounding region. And as a proud alumna of the university, President Miller has dedicated decades of service to the W, including leadership roles in finance and administration, leaving a lasting legacy of stewardship, stability, and progress. And her leadership has strengthened partnerships between the university and the broader community, contributing to economic development, workforce readiness, and educational opportunity in Lowndes County and throughout Mississippi. So this was a unanimous, obviously, vote from the Board of Supervisors. I want to present that to you now and just thank you for your friendship and thank you for your time and dedicated service. Now, it's my honor to present the next speaker, Ms. Deborah Hodges, who is the chair of the MUW Foundation Board.
Thank y'all for coming. I'm going to speak about Nora from a little bit of a different perspective, and I'm not going to look at her because we'll both cry. But I just want to tell y'all how proud we are to have an alum as president. As W girls and guys, we are always taught to look for the role models. I've been looking at alumni for role models for almost 40 years. Nora's one of them. She has been that role model for thousands, literally thousands. So we are just so proud to have had her serve as our president. And I said I wasn't going to look at her, but I am. But I'm going to do my job as a foundation chair right now. Nora Miller has established her own endowed scholarship. What more service is there to endow your own scholarship? But I want us to help her take it further. I want all of you to consider making your own gift to the Nora Miller Scholarship so that we can continue her legacy even into generations to come. All you have to do is contact anyone at the foundation, give generously to your highest level of comfort. We will be very grateful to accept your funds, and please remember that Nora is just the best. Thank you.
Hello. Hey, Nora. My name is Andrew McLarty. I'm the priest at St. Paul's Episcopal Church downtown. And I'm speaking not as an institution of the W or as a part of it, but as a member of the community and one of Nora's chosen communities. It's been a pleasure to serve with her in church, but I just wanted to tell you a little bit about what she's like on Sundays. In her time, she has been our church's senior warden, like the chief of the president of the governing body. She has been a member of the vestry of that governing body. She has been on the finance committee. Surprise. She has been a large contributor and a member of our ECW, our women's church organization. Those are pretty big events in our church life. And so it's not surprising that she would step into very large leadership roles in her time at St. Paul's. But also, those are the easy things you can point to. There's also just that steady kind of day-to-day participation that she exhibits. Because when she's not doing the big name things, she is a steady as a train presence in a very humble, quiet, and just kind of ordinary person kind of way, which you don't expect from Nora Miller. Her just to kind of blend into the background and just be a normal person. But she does it every week. She does it in such wonderful, kind of humble, quiet, sweet ways. Like when the Christmas parade happens, she always invites the youth group to come see the parade from her house because I have a good view. Or just, you know, that steady, faithful church attendance. What I've always enjoyed is that whether she's serving the church in a leadership role or just kind of in a more subdued role, when Nora comes forward to speak on something or have an opinion or have a solution for something, everyone stops to listen. I think that has to do with the weight of wisdom and intentionality that she brings forward in what she does and when she does it. When she has taken her time to consider the landscape, she'll make a decision and intentionally step forward and offer an idea or a collaboration. And that is the power of her example for all of us to try to emulate in our daily lives. So Nora, you are a wonderful, wonderful woman, and we are very proud to have you as a member of St. Paul's and, of course, as a leader of this fantastic institution. And so because it's kind of my job, I'd like to offer a little prayer. Let us pray. Gracious God, we give you thanks for your servant, Nora, and her faithful leadership as president of the Mississippi University for Women, for her wisdom, for her care and her vision, and for the many lives shaped through her service and this place. As she lays down the responsibilities of her office in these coming days, grant her rest from her labors and joy in all that she accomplishes. Continue to guide her steps, that her gifts may bear fruit in new and life-giving ways. All this we ask through Jesus Christ, your Son, our Lord. Amen. And now I would like to invite Dr. Scott Tullison and Carla Lowry.
On behalf of the faculty, staff, students, alumni, and the broader MUW community, it is our privilege to present the Medal of Excellence, the W's highest non-degree honor, to President Nora Miller. Since assuming the presidency in 2018, President Miller has led with steadiness, wisdom, and a strong commitment to our mission. Her leadership guided the university through seasons of change, including an evolving higher education landscape and the disruption of a global pandemic. During those uncertain times, however, she was a calm and reassuring presence who helped this campus move forward with confidence. Facing these challenges, it would have been enough for the W to merely stay the course. But under President Miller's guidance, it has done so much more. Our community has thrived under her leadership. The university achieved SAC COC reaffirmation, earned continued recognition as a great college to work for, completed significant capital improvements, including the culinary arts facility where we gather today, as well as the Turner Hall renovation. And we secured full NCAA Division III membership under President Miller's leadership. In addition, the establishment of the Women's College and membership in the Council of Public Liberal Arts Colleges reinforced the W's distinctive identity, while workforce-aligned programs continue to earn recognitions across Mississippi and the nation. While these accomplishments reflect President Miller's institutional legacy, they are rooted in a much longer relationship with this university. And to speak to that journey, I'm pleased to invite Carla Lowry, our Vice President for Operations and CFO, to the podium.
Thank you, Scott.
Thank you, Scott. Behind these accomplishments is a connection to the W that is both personal and profound. As an alumni, President Miller first came to know this university as a student. In the years that followed, she devoted the balance of her professional career to strengthening the institution that helped shape her own life. Her service to the W spans 25 years, including distinguished leadership as Senior Vice President of Finance and Administration, Chief Financial Officer, and ultimately as President. President Miller's accomplishments are many, but those who know her best would likely first speak to her character. She has led with humility, discipline, kindness, and deep care for the people of this university. She has represented the W with dignity across Mississippi and beyond, while never losing sight of the students and the community in which we serve. It's only fitting that as President Miller concludes this chapter of extraordinary service, Mississippi University for Women recognizes her with the highest non-degree honor. President Miller, please come forward. On behalf of a grateful community, it's my pleasure to present you with the Medal of Excellence in recognition of your distinguished leadership and devoted service to this university. Don't sit down yet. I'd like to present the next speaker, Dr. David Brooking and Elise Wilson, to have a presentation for you as well.
I won't make you stand right now if you don't want to. Good afternoon. It is a pleasure to see so many friends and colleagues and family members of Nora here to celebrate President Miller, and it's our honor to make this next presentation. Soon after President Miller announced her retirement, her wonderful assistants, Ashley and Lee, as well as cabinet, began making preparations for her farewell celebration that we've all been enjoying so far. During our planning, someone asked who had painted the portraits of former President Borsig and Dr. Alma Turner, and so thanks to some institutional knowledge, we knew exactly who to call. Anika, who couldn't be here today, recalled that Nora had said if anyone ever painted her portrait, we should reach out to Angie Jones. Well, Nora, you got your wish. So about 4 months ago, Anika, our Executive Director of University Relations, reached out to Angie on behalf of the Alumni and Foundation Office to paint President Miller's portrait. It was a tall order and a quick turnaround, but we've heard that, I actually spoke to Angie about this. She's painted her ceiling, to mimic the Sistine Chapel in Rome, and so we knew that if anybody could do a rush job, that Angie could handle it. So Anika wanted everyone to know what an absolute pleasure it's been to work with you the last few months. And we really appreciate your professionalism, the special touches, and the joy that you've brought to this process. So we're glad to have you with us here today. Please.
When we think of President Miller's time here, we think of her unwavering commitment to student success and leading the W through some challenging times. The university persevered thanks to her passion, hard work, and dedication. We gather today not just to hang a painting, but to honor a chapter in our university's history. A presidential portrait serves as a bridge between the past and the future. It ensures that the vision, leadership, and dedication of President Miller will continue to inspire those who walk these halls for generations to come. At this time, we will invite President Miller to say some closing remarks.
Thank you all so much. This means a great deal. And I said, I really wasn't sure what to expect. And I have to confess, I was just told to show up at 4 o'clock, and the program would be at 4:30, and I would offer closing remarks. And knowing that it is now after 5 o'clock, I'm sure there are plenty of people who want to get home, so I'll be brief. But I would be remiss if I didn't begin with gratitude. Thank you all for being here, especially those who traveled to be here for this day. I'm deeply grateful to the commissioner, to all of my colleagues and friends, and to so many supporters who have meant so much to me over the years. And it is especially meaningful to have so many parts of my life gathered in one place. My immediate family, my W family, my International Women's Forum family, and my St. Paul's family, all of you. And seeing all of you together is a gift that I will treasure forever. Serving here has truly been one of the great honors of my life. The relationships that we've built, the progress we've made, and the shared sense of purpose have meant more to me than I can ever say. And while retirement is just around the corner, I'm not quite finished yet. I still have 2 more months here to be with all of you, and I intend to make the most of that. After that, please know that the W and the Columbus community will always hold a special place in my heart, and I look forward to continuing to support this institution and its future in any way that I can. I'm also deeply grateful that Dr. Tollison has agreed to serve as interim president. I have every confidence in his leadership, in this exceptional leadership team, all of my cabinet, the deans, all the staff. I know that the university will continue to strive toward and continue its upward trajectory. There are some of those words I always struggle with. So thank you again for this incredible honor, for your kindness, for this beautiful reception. And Angie, I want to thank you. Angie and I lived in the same residence hall our freshman year, so it's really special. So thank you all so much. That's all.